Hi, I'm Yael. I'm the Students' Union President. I think the President's one of the hardest ones to describe what we actually do, and it really does depend day to day and also how you shape the role. But I guess the main things are kind of strategic oversight of the union, so in terms of like what we do internally and how, like, we're a massive organisation, how we run, like that's very much part of my job. Also a lot of communication externally, so whether that's mostly with the university, like being the kind of first line of spokesperson for the union to the university, but also national media, that kind of thing, the NUS as well. And lastly, it's kind of facilitating my team. So I try and be a president that supports everyone on my team to either work together or to work with the university and achieve their aims as much as possible. Today I've been writing a bit. I've been drafting a paper proposal for the university to like draft a sustainability strategy. I also met with someone in the city about Tramlines Festival and the union's role in that. I haven't met anyone from the university today, and that's kind of pretty rare actually. Normally that's part of my day, is meeting with kind of senior university staff or the learning and teaching teams, or going to meetings around different projects in the university. But that's about as average as it gets. I guess one of the hardest parts about the presidential role is that some people think that you're the right person to do a job even when you're not. So they kind of want the president to sit on their panel or on their committee or something, and actually I'm definitely not the best person for it, but because they think the president's more important, they ask for it. So is it learning how to say no and learning how to be like, actually no, I think genuinely the welfare officer is much more important for this job. They know more about housing than I do, that you should get them to sit on the panel. I think it's also kind of coming to that realisation that I probably won't get as much done in terms of my own objectives, but as long as I have clear values and goals in terms of like what I want to achieve with my team, then I'm actually pretty happy with where my year's gone. And so we do try and send out updates or like conversations around projects we're working on through email and announce. These windows are a great way of showing people what we're doing, and they've garnered kind of like, often we'll do campaigns on the windows and then people kind of come and chat to us about them. Social media is a big one. We all have like Twitters, Facebooks, and kind of offices and the SU social media, so we try and use that as much as possible. I often try and go to like relevant events or meetings or sometimes talks, and often just chat to people there. So we're inside the entrance to Firth Court. Kind of here's a useful place to go because I guess most of the work I do is actually not in the Students' Union building, it's kind of in the university. And last University Council I brought up the issue of both like living wage and absurdly high pay in the university, and hopefully we're going to have a council discussion on pay gaps in the university soon. If you don't want to be filmed, you probably want to leave out the way. This is like election night filming, so later on they're unveiling a portrait of the first woman portrait in Firth Court, which is kind of exciting. It's a physics professor. So I'll just quickly show you in here. Just up there is where all the senior staff from the university work, and the council chambers are just around there. And I work a lot with the Vice-Chancellor, whose office is up there, as well as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Research and Innovation, Learning and Teaching, kind of making sure that the kind of top level, all students' concerns are being heard, and also like kind of pushing for an agenda. The last kind of big thing I was talking about that I do is really working with other officers on things. I'm working quite a lot with the development officer over there on sustainability work particularly, and food security. That's something we've done a lot of work together on as well, and hoping to do more. Working with the international officer on particularly No Borders campaign. Been helping the welfare officer on housing work as well as mental health work, particularly a big landlord event that he ran earlier in the year, and kind of helping out on that, as well as joining up with us, getting the university to sign up to Time to Change, and that's been really exciting. It's going to be awkward because the other two officers are downstairs and I don't want to go downstairs. Yeah. We're working with the women's officer on really all things liberation. Hello. But that's a natural pairing because we're both from the same background of doing like feminist activism, so it's kind of... That's where I get into trouble. I mean, I don't think so, but...
I'll just zoom in on that.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say right now. And something that, well, I guess Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk anymore. I can't concentrate now. I'm just like completely distracted. Sorry. Yeah, a really big area of work I've been doing this year is on academic, and it's kind of us saying for the first time that we get that academic as an area that the union should be doing is bigger than just the education officer, because most students come here to learn and we don't really do enough in terms of academics. So I've been part of a enhancing academic life kind of working group. It's the first time it's existed, trying to really increase what we do in the academic world, and that's been linking up with the university and also kind of looking at new ways we can do academic work in the union, which is kind of exciting. And the other two officers are downstairs, so I won't walk all the way down.